Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today, I quickly wanted to talk about the VTuber Taiga. Bongo Taiga, I think their name is. There's some VTuber in the VTube scene. Now, admittedly, I don't know much about the VTube scene, which is why this video took a little longer. I wanted to be caught up on what was going on because it had to do with our good friend, our good pal, our good hypocritical pal, Nux Taku.
Now, finally, I would like to address the elephant in the room. I want to talk about the very wrongful termination of Bungo Taiga's YouTube channel and why I think spreading the word for him to get reinstated is very important. You think I deplatformed him? People are blaming me for deplatforming him? He got banned for sexual content. But you're blaming me for deplatforming him? Destroyed his life? You think I destroyed his life when the video where I talked about apologizing for it has more views than the video where I originally mentioned it, like, as a throwaway sentence? I will stay out of the debate on morality of drawings, where he, commissioned lots of hentai, lolly, shoto, whatever.
So using hentai in your thumbnails is okay. You're allowed to make money off of lolicons and push that to your child viewers. As a kid who was normalized to that weird, edgy shit, mainly in part due to fucking people like Nux using lolly in their thumbnail, that whole culture. Like, they normalize that shit, and normalize that to, anyone watching your content. You're allowed to show it off, but commissioning it is where you draw the line? Really?
So, apparently, Nux Taku doesn't like false allegations, allegedly. Well, he likes to throw them out carelessly, but when it's about him, I feel really bad for him. For those of you that don't know, I made 2 other videos. You can go check them out. Not hard to find them. Just look up Nux Taku and you'll see them. One about his weird fetish with jaded animations, and the other one where, well, he took an L because even his own friend Mutahar didn't believe his story about how he was not aware of Shadman's drawings. That's right, Shadman. For those of you that don't know, Shadman is the person who is a infamous CP drawer of sorts. He got that title when he started drawing weird, realistic photos of Keemstar's underage daughter, as well as other underage people. And this wasn't any anime stuff or whatever. This was like actual real depictions, almost realistic, of these toddlers and stuff. And so it's just a weird look for Nux to have wanted to collab with this person. And again, Mutahar didn't believe that Nux didn't know about these things, which makes it even weirder that Muta still wants to call Nux a friend, but whatever, dude. Muta is kind of a hypocrite, and I covered that as well. Again, you can find those videos rather easy to find. I'll even put them here. I'll make a playlist as well, so I'm sure there's a lot of Nux stuff to cover. But yeah, Nux got accused of being associated with Shadman, which technically he was. Nux tries to downplay it all, and it all really comes down to a trust me bro, I wasn't cool with this guy, and I wasn't cool with what he's doing. There's a lot of clues that would lead you to think otherwise, such as the fact that Nux is just like a blatant liar and a hypocrite. Like, for fuck's sakes, he went ahead and he called WallyCon, the epic WallyCon, pedophilia, while using that same material for his thumbnails and sexualizing the fuck out of it on a regular basis. That's kind of how he made his career out of this entire thing, too. And we're not even gonna go to the R34 stuff that he, all the stuff about Nux Taku's entirety. It just kind of comes off as ironic. Like I said, I'll make a playlist and maybe we'll explore all of Nux Taku's L's over the years. But overall, it's just like a hypocrisy argument on that end. So, of course, Nux throwing out a false allegation, probably not unheard of. He did it to this Taiga fella. And essentially what it was is that he threw this VTuber under the bus because he heard a rumor about them without really any evidence. And he went ahead and he told this, right? This is credible Nux, just thrown around the rumor mill to a moist critical, some of his really, really influential friends, or his internet friends or whatever. And yeah, it's kind of interesting that he went ahead and he did that, because I mean, that type of person doesn't deserve any power. That type of person doesn't deserve any credibility. And again, it just kind of goes to show you how stupid the internet is. right? They'll give people like Nux power for no reason, even though he's full of shit. What a fucking con artist. He joins the many E-celeb cons out there. But yeah, the way he just frequently lies to his audience on a regular basis. I heard that he supposedly was taking time off. It turns out he was streaming on Kick the entire time. And in that time, he was just bitching about the Taiga person and stuff. Because after Nux got into his little Shadman controversy, people were pointing out, rightfully so, how for Nux it's rules for thee but not for me. So basically, Nux gets to throw out false pedo allegations or rumors and try to pass them on as fact. And his defense later on is like, oh, a friend of mine told me, so I just decided to throw out this accusation, lol, sorry. The way he took accountability for this is that he half apologized to the Taiga person in DMs. Like, he didn't all the way, really. He just kind of been like, oh, maybe I was wrong, blah, 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 you know, shit like that. And then he made like a pinned comment on the original upload, like several weeks or months after the fact. So by then, the misinformation was already spread. Nux Taku didn't really give a shit. It's only now recently that everything has been ramped up because, again, people started smelling the bullshit. People were smelling the bullshit when the Shadman situation came up and Nux tried to say, actually, I wasn't, it's not what it looks like, even though it is what it looks like. It's not, trust me, bro. And then he proceeded to make like a weird cope defense response where he's deflecting onto other people like Belle Delphine the entire time. And he even cried enough to Mutahar to make Mutahar give him a little segment where Mutahar says, oh, actually, despite what I said on Chud Logic's stream, no, it's not actually Nux's reason why we're ending or some ordinary podcast. Just ignore what I said on Chud's stream. That didn't happen. Haha! I corrected the record. Nux, are you okay? It's like so fucking stupid. It's just almost spineless, really, by both Nux and Muta. But again, Muta is a hypocrite in his own right. Like, he knows his fucking fwan, his internet fwan. Nux Taku dabbles in that Wally stuff, right? Or that animated CP, as Muta would say. There's a lot of receipts of it. There's even receipts of Nux changing the thumbnails in real time after he got called out by, what's up guys, Reb here. So again, Muta's complicit in hypocrisy, and he's just gonna get away with it because he's a nice guy. But again, you know, we don't forget. We don't forget the bullshit. Regardless, though, that's what ended up happening, and so everything ramped up a little bit. Of course, the discourse made Nux do and give a nice little 5-minute segment of the Taiga situation in his video, his recent Nuxanor video.
Talk backstory. In July 2022, Taiga was accused of grooming, pedophilia, abusing his mods, racism, transphobia, asking for the lewds of a 17-year-old when he was 19, and commissioning shota hentai, which is lolly porn of little anime boys, and being inappropriate with his community in regards to the shota stuff. Now, this isn't a Bungo Taiga video. I'm just trying to set the stage so you understand basically the story here. But after these accusations dropped, Taiga left the internet for about 5 months, and I was on a video with Charlie where we were talking about corporate VTuber drama, like the HoloLive dramas and the Niji dramas before the Niji dramas really went nuclear. And when he asked me about Taiga, I said, I don't know the full story, but apparently he's a pedo. I was wildly irresponsible making a claim like that, as there was not sufficient evidence for that shit. The DMs that were leaked were not of that shit. And 2 months later, Taiga was exonerated of the grooming allegations by a private eye that he hired, and I made a huge up. Without hyperbole, this was the biggest mistake of my career, and I am deeply, deeply sorry for spreading misinformation and for causing any undue hate to be sent Taiga's way. I am sorry for how I handled that. I'm sorry for how I said it. I have tried to do better since then, and I will continue to try to do better in the future. Anywho, I immediately apologized to Taiga privately, as well as cut that portion out of the video. I added a pinned comment explaining my mistake. I also apologized again publicly on our podcast in the first 10 minutes of an episode, which, by the way, got way more views than the video where I originally peddled the false allegation. Maybe not sub-count wise, but relevancy wise, the Some Ordinary podcast was my biggest platform. I'll play the clip here because somehow people don't know this exists. And I regret it because he, you know, I don't know if it's true. He ended up coming back with some sort of response. I don't know, this guy Bungo Taiga, and I apologized to him privately that I even alleged something like that. And like, because a friend told me, and I believed him. Every time this topic came up, I apologized, be it in streams or videos, as I really do try to take accountability when I screw up. 2 years later, in the present day, it seems like the public narrative is, I never apologized publicly. This is untrue. It also is that I refuse to talk about this, and I'm sweeping it under the rug. This is also untrue. But also, in the wake of Taiga getting banned, people on YouTube seem to be blaming me for his unjust ban, which is wildly untrue as well. I think Taiga believes his channel was banned due to being mass reported by people harassing him, and I think that he thinks most of that harassment is coming from me. I very much don't believe either of those two things are the case. First of all, I don't think that after 2 years of a tangential mention of Taiga, which I f***ed up, and I admit I f***ed up, and I am sorry for the plus the retraction of that statement and the apologies that I've made, I don't think it's my audience harassing Taiga right now. And second of all, I spoke to people at YouTube about bans due to mass reporting specifically. They told me direct mass reporting channels does not get them banned under any circumstances. It may put them under a microscope to be reviewed by YouTube reviewers, and then for YouTube reviewers to decide about whether the channel should be banned or not for whatever reason, but the mass reporting does not incite the ban. There are a lot more cases of a lot more prominent and hated content creators that are still on YouTube, and quite frankly, maybe shouldn't be. So I saw some sussy-wussy clips of Taiga floating around, which is why I personally believe that it probably was a termination due to sexual content. Especially because it lines very, very well up with all these other VTubers that are literally getting ass blasted by YouTube for sexual content, like Shy Lily's clip channel. Do you know that a lot of debuts for HoloLive and Niji Sanji end up getting their accounts locked for sexual content? In the VTuber agency Mythos, Apollo and Hades, two content creators there, each got sexual content community guideline strikes on their channels for bull reasons, doing content that does already exist on YouTube, yet theirs got the strikes. Unfortunately, I think YouTube is very much dialing up its awful banning policies across the board, and I think VTubers are heavily caught in this crossfire. If anyone at YouTube sees this, I really do wish you would take a better look at how you approach VTubers and creators that have already gotten their videos approved by the monetization teams in the past. I think you should reinstate MXR Plays, Bungo Taiga, and Shy Lily clips. I don't know, maybe this approach will help. It's just, I've been seeing this happen to so many people so much recently, and frankly, it fucking sucks.
A lot of people were saying that like Nux is talking about his quote-unquote biggest fuck up, and it starts at like 18 minutes 30 seconds out of like the whole 23-minute video. He couldn't even dedicate the whole video to it, but he did willingly clickbait the femboy YouTuber, right? Making weird conspiracies about YouTube. It is just kind of like a really piss poor thing, and it really kind of just seems like Nux was scrambling to find a way to mitigate damage to his public image, which he often does.